Hello students, and welcome to this video lesson on developing an individual career plan. As we grow older, we'll realize that we work almost 1/3 of our lives. Now, work isn't always grinded out work, but is something we do for either pay or volunteer. It is imperative and very, very important to develop a career plan to pursue an occupation that we enjoy and that matches our personality and our interests. This lesson will dive into how to do just that. So, previous video lessons I discussed the decision-making process. Now, it's always good to review. So let's talk about the 7-step process. First, you want to identify your wants and needs. These are things that you have to accomplish or things that you want to get out of life. Then you have to analyze your available resources. What is available or around you to help you succeed in your goals? This can be people, books, internet, courses, or money. Third, identify the potential choices. There are always choices. There's always a choice no matter what. Some people think there isn't, but there is. It's just whether or not you like it or not. Then you're going to gather information about each choice, both the positive and the negative. This is the research aspect. Fifth, you're going to evaluate that choice. You're going to take the information that you've gathered and you're going to weigh the pros and cons. Now, once you've seen the positive and negative and you decided what's better, what's worse, I can deal with this, I can't deal with that, you make the choice. You make the decision. Sometimes that's the easiest part. And then lastly, number 7, is develop a plan to accomplish the goal. And that is what we're going to dive into in this video lesson. So let's talk about resources again, because it's always great to review and keep this in your mind. Resources are what people can use for help and support. Okay, there's all types of resources, especially online. We're in the information age where you can access people, books, articles, journals, online videos, websites, and money. Money is a resource too. It will help you accomplish your goals in some aspects. Okay, now the more available resources a person have, the more job opportunities that could potentially be created, or more resources can provide more information so that you can make a quality decision. Now, one of the things that always gets lost is education and training. Okay? Majority of careers require education and training beyond high school. Now, interesting to note that sometimes you need resources to attain the education and training, but sometimes education and training can be the resource to get to your career. It's a double-edged sword and it's a cycle where one may lead to another and then continue to lead more opportunities. Okay? So all education programs are stepping stones to the next program. Everything you learn at one level should lead you to the next step, right? And any career training is no different. Okay? Now, these skills that you develop for your potential career are built upon until a person, you, achieve your career goal. But even then, you're still not done because there's stepping stones within a career. Now, what type of education is there for you to develop your career and pursue an occupation of your choice and make the money to achieve your goals? Well, there's 2-year degrees, 4-year degrees from colleges. There's vocational certificates, which some you can get out of high school, all right, but some there are training programs after high school as well. And then there's other certified training programs that you can take. They may not be at a traditional college or university, but there are other small institutions that offer learning programs. Now, all of these programs will vary in cost, but you're lucky because some occupations will actually pay you or reimburse you or pay for you to take these trainings and get the education that is needed. Okay? Some you don't, and you actually have to foot that bill out of pocket. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I can't afford the education, so therefore I can't get the career. Well, my advice to you is set aside money to pay for educational tools. This is going to happen your entire life. Okay? You need to reframe the mindset. Instead of feeling like you're throwing money away at an education, all right, that you're never going to get back, you have to look at it as an investment where the money you're paid will earn you back more money later in a lifetime. So the skills you learn with the money that you paid will actually make you more money than you put into the course itself. When you do that, you become more powerful for your education. Now, how do we evaluate these choices in our career? Well, an evaluation, that just involves comparing and contrasting sets of data to rank choices and determine the best option. Now, there are a lot of factors that weigh into a person's decision. These are different circumstances, facts, or influences that contribute to the result or outcome of your choice. Now, what are those? Well, factors could be a person's family, whether or not you have kids or not. It could be trying to feed your family or take care of your family, provide better opportunities. A factor could be how far the job is from you. Do you have to uproot your life and move somewhere? Okay. A factor is how much money it takes to become educated. Well, these are all things that will weigh into your choice ultimately to choose a career. Now, evaluations will compare your personal data, your information about your self-reflection, your values, your interests, your morals, your wants and needs, and it will compare it to the career information that you've gathered research on. Okay? These are the job requirements, the education that's needed, the skills that are needed, and the compensation or benefit package that is associated with that job. The information that is gathered, right, for your job and about yourself through self-reflection will all be factors in this career choice. Now, how do we compare these two and factor into our decisions? Well, we create a personal career profile. This is a chart which will compare what you've learned about yourself and what you've learned about a specific career possibility. You create two columns. One is everything about yourself, your interests, your values, your wants and desires, your needs. And column two is everything about the job or jobs that you are looking into. These are the job tasks and responsibilities, the compensation. Does it work with data, people, or things? What are the skills needed? Do I have to get education or training? These are all factors. And then you compare them side by side. Well, here's an easy way to do that. Most people can do this without writing it down. They look at the two jobs. Well, this one seems like a better match. This, I have to do that. And I don't want to do this. And you go back and forth. Well, some people actually need to be organized and really think about it. So there's a good way to do this. And you can rate things on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the worst and 10 being a best match. And you take the 6 categories that you see here. All right, values, interests, personality, data, people, things, skills and aptitudes, education, training. And then you ask yourself some hard-hitting, honest questions about whether or not this career will benefit you. If the answer is up to a 10 and it's a perfect match, you write it. But if it's a 1, that should signal a red flag for you. So you ask yourself these questions. How well does this match my career values? How well do the day-to-day responsibilities reflect my interests? How happy will I be with the work or environment and the hours? How well do the data, people, things requirement of this career match my own personal preferences? And how well do my skills and aptitudes match those required for the career? Lastly, how willing am I to get an education and put in the work and put in the hours to get into this career? And you want to ask yourself, be honest, rate yourself 1 to 10. All right? The career that has the highest score usually will win. Like I said, if you need yourself to organize, this is a good way to do that. If you can do it without it, that works too. So, making the career choice. Remember, a goal without a plan is simply a wish. You've got to create the plan. You want to define your career goal, what you want to accomplish, and use that to make your career choice. Now, you develop your own confidence in your decisions through your experiences. Okay? You use that confidence in your research, your evaluations, your goals, and your decisions. The more you practice them and the more you do them, the more confident you will become in your career choice. And you can use that to pursue or follow the path that you ultimately decide for your life and your career. Now, developing a plan. Choosing an occupation actually is one of the easiest parts of the career planning process. We all get asked when we're very young, what do we want to be when we grow up? And everybody answers, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a firefighter, I want to go to the military, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a construction worker. It's easy to create that decision. It's harder to develop the plan. Okay? So the development of the plan to reach the goal that you create, what you decide, is the final part in the 7-step process of decision making. The creation of the plan and following the plan can be and probably will be the most difficult part a person has to achieve their goal. Why? This is where life will give you setbacks, failures, barriers, things get in the way. People will tell you you can't do something or that you should not do something. This is where self-doubt comes in, and all these barriers can cause you problems or divert you from your ultimate goal. This is why having a plan is so important, so you can stay on task and firm in your goals and leave all the white noise out. Now that concludes this video lesson about developing a career plan. Remember, there are 7 steps in the decision-making process. The last step, number 7, is developing your plan. These are these steps, the process to accomplish your goal. This is developing the education and training. This is assessing every career and accomplishing every little short-term small goal to get to your ultimate career choice. Now, in the next video lesson, we will discuss how to set short, medium, and long-term goals to accomplish your overall career goals. It is setting up your individualized career plan. Okay? Remember, a goal without a plan is simply a wish. Get out there, create a plan, accomplish your goals. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.